Before the great 1906 San Francisco earthquake, the city was dominated by palatial estates, unlike anything that can be seen today. Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to This House. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an intriguing episode of This House. In the mid-1800s, the wealthiest residents of San Francisco raced each other to build lavish country estates on the San Francisco Peninsula to serve as weekend escapes from the hustle and bustle of the ever-growing city. One such wealthy resident was William Chapman Ralston, who had struck it rich on the Comstock Lode, the largest deposit of silver ore to have ever been discovered in the U.S. He then went on to found the Bank of California, which made him incredibly wealthy. Now, he needed a lavish country retreat where he could entertain high society. Ralston purchased a stately Italian villa-style residence and spent 3 years expanding the mansion to include 55,000 square feet, spread across 4 floors. Upon completion in 1867, the Italianate palace, which would be named Ralston Hall, completely consumed the original house with asymmetrical bulking punctuated by towers overlooking vast fields. Walking inside, you would pass through a vestibule to see the grand staircase flaring behind an arcade of hand-grooved millwork. Continuing into the house, the ceilings rose where the stair landings turned to create an atrium with rounded balustrade emerging from the second-floor arcade. This space was modeled after L'Opera Garnier in Paris. We can see the influence of opera boxes incorporated into the design of the balconies, creating a familiar space for esteemed guests of high society. If guests were still not impressed, they might be dazzled by the ballroom, which had been modeled after the Hall of Mirrors found in the Palace of Versailles. The ceiling followed a bell curve from the skylight to the frieze, with massive crystal chandeliers infinitely reflected in the surrounding mirrors. The floors were inlaid with exotic woods, creating a series of contrasting patterns with built-in seating rounding in the bay window. The dining room continued with these themes, transitioning the inlaid floor to a chevron pattern, below floor-to-ceiling wood paneling converging on dual plaster medallions, suspending crystal chandeliers above each head of the table. Ralston entertained, hosting massive balls for several years, but he wanted to take entertaining to a new level. He took nearly all the money in his bank to invest in the construction of his Palace Hotel in San Francisco, which he had planned to be the most luxurious hotel in the New World. Simultaneously, he purchased the Spring Valley Water Company, lobbying Congress to create a monopoly on California irrigation. Unfortunately for him, both of these ventures failed dramatically, causing faith in his leadership to plummet. On August 26, 1875, he watched as the stock value of his Bank of California dropped to an all-time low. He had invested everything from his bank and was now essentially penniless. The following morning, on the 27th, his body was found floating in the bay, and while we can speculate, no cause of death has ever been officially determined. Following his passing, Ralston Hall was inherited, not by his 4 children, but by his business partner, Senator Sharon, who moved his family into the house where they hosted lavish balls. When Senator Sharon passed away, his family sold the mansion to be used as a girls' finishing school. Starting at the turn of the century, it became a sanitarium. Then, the great 1906 San Francisco earthquake shook the city. The Palace Hotel came crashing down, and many country palaces saw their walls crumble into rubble. But Ralston Hall stood strong, virtually unaffected. In 1922, Ralston Hall was sold to the Notre Dame de Namur University, but due to the lack of maintenance over the years, has been deemed no longer safe for use. So it sits empty, awaiting a nearly $20 million in needed structural renovations. Hi everyone, Ken here. I'm with Dalton.
Hi everyone, my name's Dalton. I'm a video editor for This House, and it's nice to finally meet you.
As 2022 comes to an end, we wanted to take a moment to say a very special thank you to all of you who have helped us grow throughout this year. We have seen views skyrocketing, we have seen subscribers joining every single day, and you all leave comments and feedback, constructive criticism, all of which I take to heart and put back into the production of these videos to give you not only what you're asking for, but maybe a little more as well. Behind me here is the silver play button, which YouTube gives out to channels that have reached 100,000 subscribers or more. Together, with your help and your feedback, we have earned the silver play button. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic new year, and I can't wait to share with you some of the exciting new content we have in store for 2023. We'll see you next time on
This house.